Let's see. Test, test. Can you hear me? Let's see. Test, test. Can you hear me? Seems to be working. Let's see. Test, test. Can you hear me? Seems to be working. Let me see without the mic. Oh yeah, the mic does definitely makes a difference. So it's working good. Okay, we're gonna. It makes a difference. So it's working good. Okay, we're gonna. We still got a few minutes to go. But welcome to my first official live on YouTube. I've had one before. It was like 5 minutes, but it was an impromptu thing, so I didn't put it on. I didn't put it uh, public, so it's unlisted. So yeah, how long we've got? What time is it? I might actually start early because the thing is, this phone that I'm using here, the 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 battery is not very good. So I've just started. It's already 95%. So I'm going to be talking probably. Let's see, probably half an hour, maybe less, maybe more, but probably less. We'll see. But thank you again for joining the live. And we're going to be talking about walking the talk. People don't seem to do that anymore. It's problematic. It's problematic. Now, let me start by give you a little story. Why the title? Well, what's going on? Well, it was prompted by something that happened in one of our gym sessions. I go to the gym with my friends, and at one point there's this guy. He's a very nice guy, but he was giving us some advice. And the thing is, the advice sounded plausible, but you look at him and you're like, hmm, I'm not seeing any results on you. I know that you a consistent gym goer, but in fact, if anything, you losing muscle, mate. So I'm not sure I should go with what you're saying that I should do. You know what I mean? And then contrast that with another guy that we saw. The guy is the complete opposite. He's tall, like he's 6 foot 4, 5, if not more. He's built like an god, no, a Greek god. He's like he's got muscles coming out of his ears. I'm exaggerating, but he's very well built. And of course, somebody like that, we had a conversation with him, but somebody like that, obviously, his advice is going to have more weight. No pun intended. But the thing is, caveat to it, unfortunately, in the fitness industry, and indeed in what I find is most industries, you've got people, they don't actually tell you the truth. So in the fitness industry, you've got a lot of people saying, oh, yes, the reason why I'm built this way is because I eat good, I work out good, and I sleep good, I recover well, I take care of my body, and then that's it. And then you realize actually that's not true. Naturally, you can't get to the stage that they are at. They're not telling you that they're on some juice, they're on some unnatural stuff that is very dangerous for your health. They're not telling you that. And what do they say? They tell you, oh yeah, a little thing that I take is proteins or little things that I take, and they peddle some products that really don't do anything. But the actual truth is that they're on PED, they're on enhancers. And the problem with that as well is that young people, especially, tend to, go on to those, uh, almost worship those icons because they look the part. And then when they find out that those people are on unnatural stuff, that's what I heard on TikTok. They become really into that sort of thing, and it's to their detriment in the long run. But they're young; they don't see it. Unfortunately, a lot of people in the fitness industry, having gone on those cycles of enhanced drugs to become like to be transformed within a matter of months, they die young because of complications. But unfortunately, that is not a big conversation enough for people to be deterred by that. So yeah, people don't walk their talk. They talk a big game. They don't tell you exactly what's going on. Now you might not be into the fitness, so I might have lost you. So let's get out of the fitness and the fitness world and just talk about maybe something else. Maybe you're into traveling, so you go traveling to places, to different countries, and you might know it. I didn't know it because I'm a little naive. But when you go to another country and you go to draw cash from an ATM, there's a reason why you shouldn't do that. You should prepare how much you need to withdraw in a currency exchange, and choose wisely where you go. Look at the rates of exchange, etc. Because when you go to an ATM, some of the ATM have really weird wording. They will prompt you. They'd say things like, "Okay, you want this amount? Would you like to have your conversion? Would you like to have the rate converted?" They word it in a vague way like that, and you think, "What do you mean? Of course, I want the amount to be converted into the currency that I'm in. The local currency. If my account is in euros and I'm in America, I don't want euros. I want US dollars." But that's not what they mean, obviously. If you've got euros in your account and you're in America, you're not going to get euros from an American ATM. It's not going to happen. They don't have that in stock in there. They don't have all the currencies of the world just there for anybody coming from another country to draw, obviously. So what do they mean? That conversion rate they're talking about is basically they're asking you, would you like to use your bank rate to exchange, to get the money in the local currency using the exchange rate of the bank, of your bank? Or would you like to get our conversion rate, the ATM conversion rate, which really normally means that we're going to be lining our pockets now because we're going to put some ghost fees and we're not going to disclose how many affiliates we're going to be paying, what the commission is. We're just going to say, yeah, this is our rate. And we're not going to say either that 99% of the time our rate is much higher than the bank. So you really better off saying no to conversion rate, get the money without conversion so that your bank rate applies, not their rate. If that makes sense. Okay. Another example. See, when I was young, I was so naive, but now I've become very cynical because sometimes the words that are used to convey a certain meaning, but masking the actual truth, masking the reality, so that you easier led, so you easier fooled. I give you an example. So at one point, I used to be headhunted by recruiters, and I felt so special about that. I was like, oh, this recruiter has seen my CV online, and they were so impressed, and they said, oh, we 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 have the perfect job for you. We think you are a good fit for this job, so come and sign up with us so we can put you in that job. And you think, yeah, they're so, I feel so special. So they obviously, on my side, they want the best for me. But then when you think about it, okay, so how do they benefit? Who pays their wages? Is it you? So if they've found your CV and then they put you in a job, do you give them money for their service? No. So where does the money come from? Well, it's the company that they've placed you with. So really, their priority is the company. And if you push that further, that means that they're not going to be above the idea of misrepresenting that company, saying that, oh yeah, that company is so good, the culture's fine, their product is marvelous, blah blah blah, so that you can be taken in, take the job, they get their commission, they're out of the picture, and then you realize after a while, hang on a minute, this is not exactly the way that the recruiter said. By which time they have gone their money, they have done got their money, and they're gone. Now that's an oversimplification, true, but all that is, oh, I've got a little. I need to know the names of those birds. Anyway, sorry, little tangent here. So it's, I've lost my train of thought. So what was I talking about? I was talking about, yeah, the recruiting. So if you don't follow the money, you tend to be bamboozled very easily. You have to follow the money and see what is the incentive, because the incentive, unfortunately for the recruiters, is to make sure that they have somebody that they can put into a role that is going to stay there long enough for them to get their commission. Their incentive is not to find the perfect person for the job, is to find a person that is going to stay there long enough and do the process over again, so that they can get enough commission to make a living. Makes sense. Now, creatively, if you are creative like me, and if you're online, there's something else. There's another way that people don't walk their talk. And I understand why they don't, but again, I do not want to go that route. So, do you know FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. When you have a product, you have a service, and nobody has left a review online, or nobody has raved about it, there's no stars or something, it's very difficult for you to sell it, because people think, oh, it must not be very good because there's no reviews, there's no sales, or what have you. Now, unfortunately, that is not the truth. But we tend to go where there is social proof that a product or a service is effective and that is it's working. Now, did you know that in the online world there are ways to fake social proof? So if you go to an Amazon product, for example, and you see all those 5-star reviews and a lot of raving comments, oh, good product, I'm happy, blah blah blah. These reviews might not be genuine. It is possible nowadays to buy fake reviews. I've had people approach me and saying, "Do you want me to provide you, a certain amount of reviews for this, for that, or the other?" And I'm like, "Nah, nah." Now I'm going to be transparent with you. Oh no, stop, no, no. I'm going to be transparent with you. I won't say that it wasn't tempting. I won't say that I've never done it. I have actually done it once, and I regretted it. I regretted it because not because something really drastic happened, but because it's fake, and really you end up with uh, how can I say? It's like it's dust. It's dust. You've got an amount of people that have said things, but then more often than not, it doesn't even make sense what they've said because they haven't actually tried the product. So it's very vague and generic and not really helpful. Plus, it doesn't really help because it's so impersonal and generic. Doesn't touch any potential client. It doesn't say anything that helps. Anyway, and it's much better to do things that are organic so that in the long run, what you're doing is a net positive to the world, because this is what I'm really against, is the fact that is it's all baked in the system that you can talk a big game and fake it while you make it, in that sense. Then what happens is that a lot of services, a lot of products that are actually very popular are popular for the wrong reason. They're popular because they've been pushed by fake engagement, fake comments, fake reviews, or sometimes nice reviews, but it was all a scam. I give you another story. There's one time I went to look for a diary, and sorry if you know this story, but not everybody knows this story. I I went online and I was actually devising my own diary. So I was like, oh, where can I get inspiration from? Got found this diary and I was like, "Ooh, this is a very comprehensive diary and it's cheap. That is so good. That is a bargain. How come?" Looked at the reviews, they were all raving about it, 5-star reviews and all the rest of it, and good comments. I was like, well, no brainer. So I went and bought it, only to realize I was scammed. How? Well, it wasn't so much a diary that I bought. I bought an instruction manual to make my own diary. Oh, so my conclusion is that those reviews were fake. They had to be, because the wording of the description was really vague, so that I thought that it was an actual diary. And to cover their backs, they also had in their terms of condition and conditions not to be able to refund and cancel and refund. There's because it was a digital product, you can't give it back. But yeah, there you go. So things like that happen, and it seems to be perfectly legal. Uh, Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to be baked into the system that a lot of people get away with talking a big game and not following through properly. And what that does is that it is not a net positive for society. Uh, Actually, what it is that it helps to spread confusion, spread mistrust, and muddy the waters for anybody that is actually honest and saying the things, the truth as it is, and being honest with their products and being honest with their services and being very good. But because there are so many scammers around, he gives a bad name to the game. So that is what prompted my the title. People don't walk their talk anymore. But here we're trying to be different. Rethinkentrepreneur.com, which is one of my sites. So I run rethinkentrepreneur.com. I run rethinkcreative.online and rethinkinspiration.online. And with this, what I'm trying to do is being transparent as much as I can be, and being honest, because honesty is the best policy. Now, it seems to be a very old, you know, concept, very antiquated, but I think it's the best. It's the best way. It's much better than what we have at the moment. So, rethinkentrepreneur.com. So rethink, unfortunately, is gone now. Is it gonna? Nah, it's gone. Anyway, oh no, it's there. Although you can't see it, it's because I'm using. I mean, you have to read it backwards. So I'm a rethinker. My brain is about rethinking things, because in a lot of fields, especially in the field of work, health, productivity, we're we're just stuck in the past. So my aim is to rethink those fields and bring them back, bring them to update them, make them more relevant to the age that we're living. Give you an example. In the world of work, we're stuck in the 9 to 5 model, but the 9 to 5 model is fit for another age, the industrial age. We are not in the industrial age anymore. We are not doing things, machinery, mechanical tasks on an assembly line, very repetitive task and very mind-numbing stuff. These days, most of our work is, brain work. There's not a lot of, filing and repetitive mechanical tasks anymore. But we're still operating under the industrial age, as if we still are. But really, because we're using our brain more, can you tell me, can you, I'm sure nobody can tell me that from 9 till 1, and then from, I don't know, from 2 till 5, they're operating at a high productivity level. We don't. We're not machines. Our productivity ebbs and flow. Our concentration ebbs and flows. But still, we're trying to force ourselves into that model, as if we're machines able to do the same stuff for, from 9 till 1 till 2, from 2 till 5 at the same level. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. We know it doesn't work. We take pause. If you're in an office, you go to get coffee. You have toilet breaks and stuff like that. But we're still focusing on the clock. The clock. Oh, we have to do the clock. We can't go before 5. We can't go after 9. Seriously. In fact, at one point with the pandemic, I thought that we were making progress when working at home became all the rage. And then what happened after? Now we've taken a step back, forcing people back into the office. And it's like, why? Evolve! Again, some people might say it's an oversimplification. Possibly. But seriously, I think that we have to evolve with our time, but we're stuck in the past. Education, same thing. The model is the same as an employee. One person giving the directions, and your test is what? Regurgitating whatever you were told without using your critical thinking. And if what you say on the paper is not quite right, is not what you have been taught, you get a bad grade. But in the world of work, that's not how it works. In real life, that's not how it works. Do you get really penalized by imitating a model that works? No, that's what you actually do. Find out a model that works, emulate it, get results. And especially nowadays that we've got all these new problems. Because what is a business? A business is a solution to a problem, and then you scale that. We've got so many problems going around, and we've got very crucial problems. There's climate change, there's pollution, there's the inequality between the have nots and the haves. We've got so many problems, but what they require is critical thinking, not regurgitating theories and facts that we've learned at school, because they haven't helped, have they? If they had helped, we wouldn't be in the situation we are now. Things are getting worse. We need to come up with new stuff. To come up with new stuff, innovative, creative solutions, you have to become a critical thinker. You have to become a problem solver, not a parrot. So yeah, that's another thing that we need to evolve. Uh, Another field we need to evolve in. So that's another thing that I'm trying to rethink. So yeah, regarding rethinkentrepreneur.com, for example, contrary to the philosophy that people have, fake it until you make it, I could have come up with a course to tell people, oh, this is how you become, I don't know, uh, a successful business person. Do this, do that, and the other. Because I've got the theory. I've I've seen a lot of things. I've followed a lot of people. I know a lot of things. Theory is not a problem for me. I could have put up something and faked that I was a successful businessman and package that into a course and sell that. And then after I've made some sales, use screenshots of my earnings from the course and say, yeah, look, I'm a successful businessman. I've got the proof. Therefore, my course is legit. But the actual truth could be my course is legit, not really. The earnings is not because of my previous knowledge of the business. It's because it's from the course. It's because I've been selling a dream and they like the dream. People do that too. I'm not taking that route. So instead, what I did on rethinkentrepreneur.com, I I did package a course, but about something that I was feeling like I'm qualified to talk about because I've been and actually done the work and saw the benefit. So I called it the 3 video life changer, and it's talking about my story with my health, with productivity, and especially my mental. I was going to say my mental health, but it's not. My mindset is a better way of wording it. So yeah, I will not go and talk about something that I haven't walked. I'm not going to talk the talk and not walk the walk. I want both, and I think that's a good thing to do. Very good. How long? Oh, I've done 30 minutes now, so I think I'm gonna leave it at that. What can I end on? So walking the walk, walking your talk is something that we're trying to do here. So if you ever see that I might be sleeping because I'm not perfect, you know, I've got. Let me sign this authorization for you to check me. because that is my aim. My aim is to be honest, be transparent, and if I have a blow up in one shape or form, because I do a lot of things. I've got my hands in many pies. I'm a singer. I'm a songwriter. Own those websites, and yeah, I do all sorts. But if I have a blow up, I want it to be for the right reasons, not for an underhanded tactic. So thank you very much for watching. And then I'll see if I do another one. Give me any suggestions, any comments, and then I'll see you next time. But just before, let me see the comments. So Teresa, hi. You probably are gone. Cornelius Jones says Crisis King. Yes, I agree. Uh, Croydon? Is it how you say? Oh, Caden. Caden say hi. I say hi back. Thank you for coming. And there you go. So I'll see you next time. Reflect, redefine, rise. Ciao. Now, how do I stop the live? Is this? Yes, that's it.